So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. And be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So, keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So, gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand about this practice and at the same time to know how this practice will help for us to develop our conventional life, and out of that development, how you can gain your spiritual results. So when it comes to our life, this based with the mind. So according to the mind, according to the condition of the mind, this everything we experience. So, but when it comes to the experience, most of time we are focusing to outside things. But there are two ways, internal and external. So internal experience and the external experience. So when it comes to awareness or the recognition, most of time we put it to external things and it becomes external awareness. Especially out of the tranquility meditation, we bring that external concentration, because the thoughts, the mind, this all our past experience, that everything based with the something go towards outside. And when you develop the tranquility meditation, means it's a concentration meditation. That concentration meditation, what it does, that bring all the outside information related to thoughts to one point. Even that one point also maybe depend on something outside. So that's why maybe you can focus to a candlelight, or maybe the blue sky, or the sun, or the moon, or the trees, any object. That when you keep focus, what happens? That all other thoughts start to drop down, and your mind settle down, merge with that one mental object. Even with the practicing this breathing meditation, observing inhalation, exhalation is our primary mental object. So then all other thoughts settle down. So the tranquility meditation help us to tranquilize our mind. We use the effort to concentrate. So concentration means detach from all the names and forms that whatever the related to past or the future, the memory that we carry within us. And even in the present moment, if there are many perceptions keep coming towards you, rather than go towards that, you are settling down with one thing. And then once it develops to certain level, your mind settles down itself with one mental object or two mental object. Even it go here and there, right away it can come back to that whatever the mental object you keep following. So then what happens? You feel more relaxed, calm, comfortable, and you feel more kind of like a joy deeper inside, because no much thoughts, no much disturbances, no much perception keep coming towards you, and your mind doesn't go here and there, no many mental formations, no much phenomena. So in that way, you feel more and more tranquilizing yourself, settling down yourself. So the concentration meditation, so concentrate means you bring everything together to one thing and help you to develop contentment. So once you have the contentment within your own concentration, another way your mind get into tranquility state. Not looking, oh, I want this is not enough, or that, like that. It's not going like that. So that's another way this projecting mind disappear. So whatever in the moment you experience, you become more and more and more comfortable with it. And another result is you slowly start to merge in the reality. That means in the present moment, whatever you experience, you become harnessed with it. So there are, be very clear with the steps. So there are two kind of methods awareness we develop. One is internal, one is external. So the external mindfulness means whatever outside things. And even this, all the thoughts, the names, the forms, that everything related to memory, also related to outside and related to past or the future. So that all external. And that meditation technique we call contemplating or tranquilizing the mind. So that means you withdraw from this outside connection. Another way called the samadhi, or another way call it chitta bhavana. Why? Because you work with the thoughts. And once it settling down with one place, that means once you develop this one-pointedness, once the mind tranquilizes with any mental object, what happens? You start to develop certain kind of contentment. So the concentration brings the contentment. So out of that, you feel more comfortable, relaxed, and joyful, confident. So that kind of things. That meditation technique has many ways that you can access to this result. And even before the Buddha, there were many other ways that you can attain to certain kind of tranquility state. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, we have to remember, we have to attain to the right tranquility state. Why? Because our purpose is not just tranquilizing the mind, not kind of like a mesmerizing, not kind of like a come to dream state or kind of like a sleeping mood, not kind of like we anchoring to the joy or kind of like a pleasure that we gain out of practice. But it is very necessary. This step is very necessary. So one should tranquilize with the mind in this way. Naturally, you start to recognize this connection with the outside things, and it will take you to kind of like more like harness with things. You become more humble to become harmony. You synchronize very easily with outside things. And another thing is, it takes you to recognize cause and effect, connection. So the causation, causality. And within outside, it is very easy to grab, recognize. And because this object, you can recognize if it is here like this way, then you can get the results. Example, light here, and the electricity should be to gain this light. So it's very easy through the object, you can recognize this. So now you can have the deeper understanding about the causation, cause and effect. And that will take you more deeper to understand there is nothing exists independently itself. Everything is a part of something. So once you understand that, how it's going to affect for you and what is the benefit you gain, that understanding, so you have to remember that is the external way. That understanding will help you to drop this egocentric, self-centered mind. So Because now you recognize this, everything happened because of something. And that is one part of this journey. But recognizing this all not going to help us to get out of this suffering, or it's not going to get out of the becoming, or it's not going to help us to get out of samsara. You can understand the causation, but still, maybe you know the reason for the greediness, but still maybe you can be greedy. And sometimes you look at the world, sometimes we know the reasons, but still we are in that process. We know this is right or wrong, this is good or bad, this is how to do or not to do, but still we are in a certain kind of process. We can't deeply withdraw from this current. Even we understand the cause and effect, even our mind tranquilize, even we have the contentment, this all will help us to keep going. That's why the tranquility state itself not going to be enough to get out of the samsara. So concentration will make us clear with this outside. So then by the time we develop the vipassana. So vipassana means contemplation. So when you contemplate, you are not settling down with one mental object. You are not into one direction. You are not into one point of view. When you contemplate, you take from each and every angle the moment of experience, and you look into it without becoming a debtor or the bias to any idea, thoughts, or the techniques, or the pattern, or the methods, or the culture, or the believing, following system. That is the very nature of contemplation. So that contemplation, you can't do it to outside. So the contemplation always go internal. So internally, whatever you experience in the moment. So now once the mind tranquilizes, so you go inward. You start to contemplate again and again and again and again and again. So whatever the experience happened to you, even the feelings arise, the sensation arise, the thought arise, you are not getting to the top of that thoughts or the feelings or the sensation, but you, from each and every angle, start to look how it came to be as it is, what it is. Remember that in the tranquility meditation, when the mind tranquilizes, you hold it to it and you go with it. But when you contemplate, so whatever you see as a reason or the idea or thoughts or the whatever come to your mind, you not hold it to it. You detach from it, withdraw from it. Look at the two nature. Tranquility meditation, to tranquilize the mind, again and again, you go into the primary mental object. But when it comes to the vipassana, again and again, you withdraw from whatever the mental object, you detach from it. You don't belong to the moment of experience, your awareness. So that is what the contemplation does. So in that way, You're not going to get the joy or the pleasure or kind of like that mind, the feelings. Sometimes you start to become more energized because maybe you never saw this kind of mental experience before. And you are not settling down. You become more awake. But when it comes to tranquility meditation, as you know, and it go deeper into some kind of like a settling down. You hold it to that. But when it comes to the vipassana level of contemplation, and even maybe you will sweat, and even maybe your mind becomes so busy, but you can handle that. But still, you are capable to recognize this all the mechanism without become a part of it. That is where you become more and more clear with how it come to be as it is. And not only that, so in the tranquility meditation, you recognize the cause and effect, causality, dependent origination. But through the contemplation, what happens? You deeply recognize the emptiness. See this, both necessary. So the emptiness, once you recognize emptiness, within this, all the experience, that is where deeply the detachment comes from the desire or the lust. So that is the very first step we develop inside us towards the liberation. Because anymore, the mind doesn't have intention or the desire to become. Why? Because you experience the deeper level, it's empty. Whatever we go through, you recognize it is empty. And that will take you to recognize, understand empty, selfless nature of phenomena. Once you have that, that will open the door to liberation. So this both method we need. So because from the beginning, we need a very tranquility mind. But once the mind tranquilized from there, you need very clear, strong, sharp mind to observe thoroughly, deeply, work without getting tired or without becoming a bias to something, without hold it to anything. Keep looking into things. And then there is no judgment. There is no self-interest or self-interference, but still you look deeper, internal. So that internal, what we experience, form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. Five aggregates. And that once you recognize it is empty, that deeply you recognize that whatever that you go through, whatever you experience, you can't hold it as something. So those are the two methods. You need to little by little practice, and by the time that practice itself make you very clear. So basically, practice point of view, try to understand the difference. But there are many other ways. This is one way to understand this practice. So then you can improve yourself while you practice, because rather than finding the tranquility state and settling down there, now you know you have to move to the other side of practice, that is vipassana. And what are the results that we gain? Through the tranquility state we understand things as it is, and it will help us to understand the causation, cause and effect. But this empty selfless nature of phenomena will take by experiencing contemplation through this internal form, feeling, perception, and volition recognition. So these two paths, and you can combine together internal and external mindfulness. So you can practice it separately, or sometimes you can practice it as one. You can experience, you can put the mindfulness to internal, external, and both together, how the moment of reality happened. Because the reality means this both, without going towards one way, this subject and object, both you can observe at one time, and then the both become just the object. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left hand, neck head straight in one line. So be comfortable with your posture. And bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapateva. Oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens to the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, the stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.